Let me ask you something. What happens if you stop? No, for real, I'm serious. What happens if you stop? I don't mean when you die or disappear. I don't mean when you move to another country. I mean when you actually stop. When you stop sending money. When you stop checking up on everyone. When you stop being available. When you stop pretending you have everything under your control. When you stop being the strong one people call upon. How many people would still call? How many people would still ask, how are you doing? How many relationships would survive if you suddenly become the one who needed help? Yeah, that's a difficult question. And if that question makes you uncomfortable, then today's conversation is for you. Welcome back to the Nigerian Man podcast. My name is Angie Marvel. And today we'll be talking about expectations, the weight of them, the cost of them, and what they quietly do to the Nigerian man. One thing I've noticed about being a man is that nobody really tells you when the burden, obligations, and responsibility begins. One day you're just living carefree, then suddenly people start looking at you differently. Your family sees potential and investment. The community sees responsibility. Your partner sees stability, while the society sees provision. And somehow, before you've figured life out, you've become responsible for everyone else's hope. Nobody announces it. There's no ceremony, no handbook, no warning. Just the expectations. And once expectation arrives, they rarely leave. The strange thing is that most men don't even complain about it. Not because they are happy, not because it's easy, but because somewhere along the line we've been conditioned that carrying everything is what makes us men and is what makes us stronger. So we carry and carry and carry till we are carrying things we don't even know how to name anymore. I remember hearing a joke once. When a man gets his first salary, before the salary alert even lands completely, responsibilities are waiting patiently. Suddenly there's school fees, medical bills, transport money, contribution, support, 102k, 105k, urgent 20k. Everything is urgent. Everything has a reason. And the funny thing is, most of the time, these people are not evil. They are not trying to destroy you before he says your village people. They are struggling too. The problem is that everybody is carrying something. And the moment you look like you're standing upright, people assume you can carry theirs as well. What nobody asks is who is carrying yours or who is carrying you. Because eventually, even a giver needs to be given. That's what makes the circle complete. Many Nigerian boys grow up hearing the same message. Maybe not directly, but definitely indirectly. And some messages are one day this family will depend on you. You are the man of the house. be strong, do not disappoint us. And after hearing those things long enough, they become part of your identity. You stop asking what kind of life you want. You start asking what kind of life people expect from you. You choose careers because they are respectable. You stay in jobs because people are counting on you, not because you even love it. You make decisions because failure feels too expensive. And long before you are living a life designed around obligations, not desire. Responsibility is important, but responsibility without boundaries eventually becomes resentment. And resentment is a dangerous thing to carry. Let's talk about something uncomfortable, which is the pressure to always be okay. Because Nigerian men are expert at doing this. When you lose a job, you say all is well. When your relationship ends, you say I'm fine. When you're drowning financially, you say I'm okay. When you are exhausted, you say I'm strong. When you are anxious, you say I'll be fine. When you're barely holding yourself together, you say I could be alright. I'm actually you go be alright. Wow. What a funny way to put it. I could be alright. Man not supposed to lose guard. Sometimes I wonder how many men have answered I'm fine, why the entire world was falling apart. Not because they wanted to lie, but because they genuinely don't know what would happen if they told the truth. Because once you're being perceived to be the strong one, people become uncomfortable when they see your weakness. And so you hide it, you carry it, you manage it, and you convince yourself you will deal with it later. But later keeps moving, and the weight keeps growing. Here's what I think. The real problem isn't expectations. After all, human beings will always expect things from each other. The real problem is when expectations become your identity. When you forget who you are beyond what you provide, beyond what you earn, beyond what you solve, beyond what depends on you. Because at some point, every man needs to answer a difficult question. And that question is this: if nobody needed anything from you, who would you be? What would matter to you? What kind of life would you build? What kind of man would you become? These are uncomfortable questions, but they are necessary ones. Because a man who only exists for other people eventually disappears from himself. So maybe you are listening to this while driving. Maybe you're in traffic. Maybe you're at work pretending to work. Maybe you are lying on your bed after a long day. Wherever you are, hear this. Being tired doesn't mean you're weak. Being overwhelmed doesn't mean you are failing. Being under pressure doesn't mean you are broken. Sometimes it simply means you are carrying too much. And sometimes the strongest thing a man can do is to acknowledge it. Do not run from it. Do not hide it. Do not drown it. Just acknowledge it. Because you cannot manage what you refuse to recognize. So here's what I want you to think about this week. What expectations are you carrying that don't actually belong to you? I don't mean responsibilities, expectations. The difference matters. Which ones are helping you grow and which ones are slowly crushing you? Sit with it and think about it. And if this episode make you think of someone, a friend, a brother or a colleague, a man who always seems to have everything under control, send it to him. No explanations necessary, just send it. Because every chances are he's carrying something that he lets people see. This is the second episode of the Nigerian podcast. My name is Sanjay Marvel. Carry yourself well.